Aye, everyone. Neil Razor Runner. Keep supporting Andy and Jace on the West Ham Reunited channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to the West Ham Reunited channel. Keep supporting Andy and Jace. Aye, we are massive. How many you irons? Subscribe. West Ham Reunited channel. Aye.
Good evening and welcome back to West Ham United. I'm Andy and I've got my he's like my plus one really. He's my Jamie Carragher to me Gary Neville. It's Mitch. How you doing, Mitch?
Well, good, very good, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, thank you, mate. Not bad. Like you said, these games are coming quick, thick and fast now, aren't they? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Good.
No break.
Enjoying it.
Yeah, no, definitely. First of all, I'd like to thank our channel sponsors, Glazewise, Windows, Doors and Conservatories. John is your man, and if you mention West Ham United, you get a discount. And of course, usual shout out for Iron supporting food banks, especially this time of the year. John and his team will be there at Norwich on Saturday. Obviously, that's the last time before Christmas. So if you could make any donation, that would be great. And of course, I've done this yesterday, so I'm not going to sit here and rub it on. But of course, obviously, a huge amount of money has been raised already for Isla Caton. For anyone who's ready, if you just go to Isla's Fight on Twitter, and all the information will be there. But this is just a link to the Just Giving. So if you could make a donation, obviously the likes of Robert Snodgrass, even Connor Coventry, everyone's getting involved. And tomorrow, Mitch, breaking news! I'm actually going to the game tomorrow. Now I've managed to get hold of a ticket, so
Yeah.
I'm going. So we'll at some point we'll be obviously singing Isla Cater's Claret Buami. Hopefully we can get that. Especially we'll
That's
get that
good.
now, especially being at the Emirates. So Mitch, we hang on, we'll introduce everyone in your thing. Let's have a look. Evening, chaps. Budgie's in the building as well. I hope you are doing well. So, Mitch, as I mentioned, we play Arsenal on tomorrow night at the Emirates. Like you said, our stats against them is not great. Do you want me to get straight to them and try and finish on a positive, so I can get the negatives out of the way?
Yeah, I could have guessed it was going to be bad anyway. I record the Emirates ain't be great, so yeah, let's see.
Well, I'm gonna do a head-to-head. Yeah, so this we've played 50 games. Arsenal, yeah, at home and away in the Premier League. Yeah, Arsenal 32 wins, 8 wins for West Ham, and 10 draws.
What about
Flashback.
have you got the Emirates stats?
The Emirates,
That's even worse.
I think we've won 2. I think this is what we'll
Wow.
do. But sorry, I'm just going to go straight out there, straight to the stats. Ready? This will be David Moyes' 600th Premier League match as a manager in the Premier League, winning 236, drawing 161, and losing 202. Only the fourth
That's
manager
good.
to reach it. Yeah, only the fourth manager to reach this milestone after Arsene Wenger, Alex Ferguson, and Harry Redknapp. That's some good going, isn't it? Really,
Wow,
when you think
I
about
did not realise that, mate. I didn't realise. Obviously, I know it's been going for some years, but that's really impressive. Wow.
No.
Fair
Yeah,
play.
just think of it. Yeah. Arsenal have won 10 of the last 11 home league matches against West Ham United, losing the only other on the 2nd of August 2015 on the opening game of the season. And West Ham are looking to win 3 consecutive league London derbies for the first time since January 2019, the third of which came against Arsenal, who lost 2 of their 4 Premier League London derbies this season, drawing 1 and winning 1, already more than they did last term. So yeah, we're smashing it. And after winning 3 consecutive Premier League matches against Arsenal between February 2006 and August 2007, West Ham have just won 2 of the last 26 games, drawing 5 and losing 19.
Wow.
That's not great, is it, mate?
No, but to be honest, if I'm being really honest, even though we're playing so well at the moment, I'm not that confident for tomorrow.
Yeah.
At the Emirates, we always seem to play well. We just never get results.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we're speaking to Brian about that on the way. The last 3 times we've gone to the Emirates, we should have won, and we've come out with 3 defeats. So it's just maybe we need to play shit, and maybe we'll get something.
yeah,
Instead of playing
you know
good.
what? That sounds rude, but Moyes can do that. We've got good results out of Moyes by playing shit. We've done it against Chelsea. Done it a couple of games this season where we've played pretty shit, but we still got results.
And just to make everyone more, so the referee tomorrow is Anthony Taylor. 4th official is Peter Banks, the one who looks like Mr. Bean with big ears. And VAR is Chris Kavanagh, who is a mank. So we're probably not going to get anything. But yeah, and Sian, the lady linesman's the assistant VAR, so hopefully she might be able to help us out. So, Mitch, obviously, I sort of done a reaction. Obviously, I know you've done your fan cam. Obviously, Burnley at the time, I think it's so horrible in it when you do a fan cam because obviously it's like instant reaction. You're like you try and get everything out, and then obviously you've had time to reflect on it. I sort of said it. You have to respect the point now, thinking about it, because that could come crucial at the end of the season, couldn't it?
I don't know. I disagree. I think, look, I know. I've actually thought about the penalty, to be honest, more than anything. I thought the penalty.
Oh yeah, we could sit. We could. It wasn't.
I think if it's a top side, I think it is given. But if it was against us, I would say that's not a penalty. So I'm just trying to look at it from a neutral perspective.
Yeah, from a neutral, but the penalties that were given over the weekend, that's what's hurting more. I think if none of them other penalties were given over the weekend, I think I would have been fine with it. It'd be like, yeah, everyone's. But someone made a very good point. Oh, I can't remember who said it. It's probably worse because all them decisions, what happened on the Saturday, going, how can you let them penalties go? And then obviously we're the later game on a Sunday. They don't want to give another one.
Yeah, that might have been it. But look, I wish that they've just got to sort themselves out. I don't get why it's so unclear about what's a penalty and what's not. Like, do you think
there should be a referee and an ex-player on the panel to make because then a player, say for example, I'm just giving him, not that he would ever be someone who's neutral, Alan Shearer, yeah. If Alan Shearer's there on the panel as well, we can go, I can understand there. He didn't mean to do that elbow, or he didn't mean to do this, or do you know what I mean? Like when an ex-player's sort of, and that is with a referee, no disrespect, no disrespect to referees, but normally people are referees, it's because they're shit at football. Like the current Premier League referees, do you see what I mean? Like they've not played the game, they don't know the speed of it and stuff like that. I'm just trying to, but like you said, we could do a whole episode on VAR, really, couldn't we?
Yeah, it would be good. Actually, it would be a good episode, actually, because it's an idea.
Evening, Jordan. I hope you're doing well. Kent's in the building as well. Tomorrow for me is not a must-ler. The Dorset penalty is 100% a pen, more than enough contact. Yeah, I agree, Kent. But yeah, like you said, I don't know if you've seen it.
I think he's run into it though. He ran across. He tried to win the penalty and like.
But he still made contact with. He still made contact with him though. Anywhere else on the pitch? Anywhere else on the pitch has a free. Anywhere else on the pitch has a free kick.
Yeah, but doesn't mean but that's because free.
I know.
Too easy.
I know what you mean. But no, I think there was more enough contact, and he knew exactly what he was doing. It's clever play. Yeah, I agree. I'll get to your comment, Grant. It is clever play from Dawson. It is. But when you see Rudiger going down, and other decisions, and Robbie was on. Yeah, Robbie was on Nicky's show, and they done it vice versa. But even Robbie said it. He was like, you had a clear and blatant penalty, and like the fact that we could sit here with our West Ham hat on and go, it's because of it. Do you know what I mean? The fact that neutrals and even Dermot Gallagher on Ref Watch couldn't understand it. So it's a bit of a catch-22, really. Grant said spot
I
on.
did tweet it though. After for me, it's 50-50.
But if it's given, you can understand it. But if it isn't, you can't. So you're on the
I'm
fence,
not. Look,
basically.
for the end of the days, I'm not a ref. I
Yeah,
don't know the exact rules
yeah,
of how players, if they make contact, or if they're in control of the ball, and then they get the thing. From my perspective, I'm not claiming to be a ref, but
yeah,
against it, for it not being a penalty, which it was decided
yeah,
to be, you could argue that, I think
yeah,
from a referee's
yeah.
perspective, he didn't have control of the ball, he didn't have the ball, and he's jumped into it, which it kind of looks like. But there is contact, so it's 50-50 in my eye.
Yeah. No, I agree. But like you said, mate, we could sit here all day and talk about penalties. Like you said, Grant's right. It's just about opinions. This is the good thing about these shows, and you can sit here because everyone can agree. Do you know what, Mitch? We obviously talked about it. We'll get the listeners. There's a few people went. Mitch come up with the idea of doing a combined 11. Don't get me wrong. This is including injured players as well because to make it a bit more fair, we'll split it up. We'll do the goalkeeper and defenders. Well, talk about how we think the game predictions and stuff. Then go back and we'll do it that way. We'll split it up. So
Yeah,
we'll start in goal, mate. And I think if you asked me this at the start of the season, it would be now on Lucas Fabianski. But when you look at Aaron Ramsdale, what he's done this season, he's done very well, hasn't he?
well, look, I've always thought Ramsdale's got ability. I actually
Yeah,
had a debate or kind of debate-ish argument on Twitter when he signed for Sheffield United after he left Bournemouth.
yeah,
And he said, honestly, everyone was caning the decision for him to go to Sheffield United. Dom says he's one of the worst keepers I've ever seen. I said, mate, he won their Player of the Year for Bournemouth that season. His
yeah,
shot stopping ability in the second half, every time I watched him, he pulled out some top saves, and it was unlucky they went down in the end. And he'd done it for Sheffield United last season. Same thing happened first half of the season. He was awful, and everyone
yeah,
just jumped on that. But second half of the season, if you actually watched him, he made some top quality saves. And just because of the fact he got relegated twice in a row, it doesn't mean anything. Everyone can say that. Moyes got relegated Sunderland. So I mean, it doesn't matter. He can still be a good
yeah,
manager. Robertson and Maguire got relegated with Hull, but they can still be good players. But the
yeah,
relegation bollocks is either bollocks. I've always thought he's got the ability of being a top keeper, but has got to iron out some of his mistakes, like he
yeah,
had at Sheffield United and Bournemouth, but
yeah,
had a good
yeah.
shot stopping ability. But now he's showing it. And to be fair, I still would have said Fabianski was the better keeper at the start of the season. But now Ramsdale's performing to his
Yeah.
potential.
Look at this, right? There we go. We'll make it all exciting for the viewers. 1 second. Share screen.
So yeah,
Please.
Ramsdale.
Yeah. Here we go. We'll zoom in a bit. So as you
Fucking
can see,
Bielsa with this translator. I can't stand him. Sorry.
yeah.
Every time I see him.
Right. So as you can see, Mitch. Look, so obviously Ramsdale coming in a bit late. So Ramsdale's played 13 appearances. Fabianski's had 16, and look, 7 clean sheets. Aaron Ramsdale's had and 4, and he's made more saves as well. 51 saves compared to Fabianski's 48. So when you look at it like that, and goals
About the same
conceded,
percentage.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, well, look. You can clearly see, can't you?
But like you said at the start of the season, that would be a lot more tougher, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But Ramsdale's kept him in games this season. A lot of games, and he's pulled off some world-class saves. Fabianski hasn't done that this season. He's done decent. I think he's done one good save actually against Villa, I remember. But
Yeah.
besides from that, he's not made any world-class saves. He hasn't kept us in games necessarily. Ramsdale's kept him in a lot of games and made multiple.
Yeah. So we're going Ramsdale,
saves.
yeah.
Yeah, mate. I think so. Do you agree?
Yeah, no, I do agree. Like you said, stats don't lie, do they? Stats don't lie.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look here at some other comments.
Stats don't lie, but they don't always show the full picture.
Yeah, I know. Lana, I hope you're well. Ramsdale's having a belter of a season. It's going to be hard to get past tomorrow, especially if we struggle to get him on target. Yeah, I agree. I agree. He's a very good goalkeeper, and he's actually very commanding. And I sort of mentioned it, and we was talking about on the way home, Mitch. You probably saw, because obviously you were at the game on, but we just didn't try something different. We didn't try an outswinger. We've been so successful. So obviously, if Creswell plays tomorrow, we can start doing the outswingers again. Because when you're in, the goalkeeper's got more chance to get it. When they're coming out, means they've got to come out and get it. Do you know what I mean? I think maybe we should try that tomorrow.
Yeah, against Burnley, our crossing was awful,
Yeah.
and I didn't understand why our crossing was so bad. Like Fornal was just crossing on the near side when he came on. He took quite a few. I think it was like 3 or 4. And on the fourth one, my mate Alan, he
Alan.
went absolutely. Alan, he went no, mate. Fornals went over, and he gets really funny. Like when he gets really angry, he went proper red. He went, "You fucking cunt, put a good ball in for fucking once." And I'm just there laughing. And but I agreed with him. Like the crossing was so poor, and Nick Pope looked so. To be fair, he looked good, didn't he? He looked good, Nick Pope.
Yeah.
I've always rated him, but
Yeah.
he makes things look easier because he's so tall, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, no, he does, mate. He does. So, yeah, Kent's gone straight in, but this is on squad available. He's gone Fabianski, Tini, White, Gabriel, Soufal, Rice, Soucek, Fornell, Smith Rowe, Saka, Antonio. But that's just on players available. Kent's gone for, not just the whole squad. What we do. So what would you rather do? Do you want to do the squad available? Do you reckon that make it better? Or do you want to do like even if they're injured?
I think what we could do is like.
We'll mention them. We'll mention
do
them.
we know what players are injured for Arsenal? I don't think there are many. I think Smith Rowe and
yeah,
I think that's it, ain't it? For Arsenal?
Smith Rowe. Yeah, okay, yeah. We'll do thingy. So
I think we could do like full team, and then when we do it position by position, we could say, but if it was just play. So for example, if we do like the right back, sorry, if we do the left back, we'll say for me, like just for example, I'll say Tierney.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, that's a bad example. What's the example?
No, okay, I know what you mean.
And I'll say Zuma and another player. Gabriel. But for tomorrow, so and so are the two best centre backs available. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Right, here we go. So next one. So we're gonna. You can help me with how the hell do you say is it Tomiyasu?
Tomiyasu, yeah, Tomiyasu.
Yeah, that's Tomiyasu. So Tomiyasu versus Vladimir Soufal, as you can see, both played the same amount of games. Soufal's got 2 assists. Obviously, the most important is the clean sheets down there, mate. Obviously, Tomiyasu's had 6 and 2. I hate when it does this. Hang on, do I need to zoom out again? 1 second, mate. There we go. So that, as you can see, like yellow cards, both the same there. What should we go for? Defending or attacking to try and sort of get a bit of understanding? Defending, isn't it, really? Just that, as you can see, look, goals conceded. So even though, look, they've had the clean sheets, look, the goals conceded is still quite close. Interceptions, tackles. So, yeah, it is as close as...
I think people would easily say Soufal. However, I think it's a lot tighter than what I think West Ham fans see it, because I think sometimes West Ham fans are a bit clouded by the love of Soufal, because against Burnley, mate, he was awful. I thought hoofing balls at all time. Went back to crackhead Soufal at the start of the season, and he really wound me up. I thought second half done a bit better, but first half he was shit. I thought, and
right. So I'm going to go first on this one. I'm actually going to go for Tomiyasu. I think from when he's come in, he's adapted to the league. He's great going forward, and I've got to admit, we were actually linked with him as well, mate. We were linked with him. So
it's so 50-50 with me. Like, I think Tomiyasu is slightly better player. He's been better this season, but Soufal's had a long. For me, it's tight. It's so tight. I'm gonna go Tomiyasu. Just it's really close. Plus he's younger. That's the thing. Like, I think sometimes I give players that are a bit younger the benefit of doubt. Right. Soufal should be in his prime now.
I'm going Tomiyasu.
It's a close one, and only because he's much more composed on the ball than Soufal. And Soufal has the ability. Well, he loves to hoof the ball too much. Sometimes for me.
Yeah. So I'm going Tomiyasu. Are you going Tomiyasu?
Yeah,
we've got to make it. Yeah. Okay. So at the minute, 2-0 to Arsenal. Grant saying Tomiyasu as well. I'll take getting a yellow card tomorrow, so there's no chance of him missing Spurs. Yeah, definitely. I think we can afford to miss him against Norwich. Do you, Mitch?
Getting a yellow card? Oh, because one more yellow going to get suspension, doesn't he?
Yeah. And then obviously that gets wiped out.
I usually do a bet. each game. I do a predicted West Ham score, and I do Rice to get a card, and that just smashes the odds up straight away. And he's got a lot of cards this season, but I just haven't got the scores quite right. But I'm not doing it at the moment because he's one card away from suspension, so I don't want
to. Right. Okay. So I'm going to pick the next two, which is going to be that'll be Ben White, won't it? That'll be Ben White, won't it? Ben White versus Zuma. That'll be, won't it?
Yeah.
One sec. Start talking, Mitch. Obviously, one went for 45 or 50 million, and obviously we got Kurt Zuma for 28. If you had to pick, what would you go for, mate?
Zuma all day long, to be honest. I think as an actual centre half, he's better. I think Ben White overall maybe has more quality and maybe could become a better player in the future.
He's a ball playing centre half, isn't he?
He's a more modern day centre half, and he could probably play in holding midfield as well. But as a holding, as an out centre half, if you this is the way to do it. If it was Man City versus two biggest clubs in the world, okay, so Man City versus Bayern, and Man City had to pick Zuma or Ben White in their defence for that game, they'd be saying Zuma all day long, because they know that in big games he's much more important, and he's a better defender against top quality attackers. He done well with Ronaldo this season, and also Zuma is the second least dribble pass player in the league this season.
Yeah. So here we go, mate. So as you can see, I move. With defenders, I think you've got to go to these sort of stats. So as you can see there, clean sheets. Obviously, that's a big gap. That's a big gap. Goals conceded. Obviously, Zuma's conceded less goals. So, like you said, blocks. Ben White wins that. Interceptions. He wins that as well. Tackles. He wins that. So as you can see there, but look, clearances.
It's a bit different with Zuma because sometimes stats don't always say everything. Like I think Zuma, he's just a much better physical presence.
Yeah.
So some players just they can't do anything around him. So for example, like if the ball goes over the top and it's Zuma versus I don't know one of their strikers, Zuma's getting there first, and he's just like defender's got no chance. Whether it's Ben White, the striker's got much better chance of getting ahead and having a good 50-50 with him, and then Ben White can make a tackle, but Zuma doesn't have to make that tackle because he cuts out the first part. But for me, Zuma easily, like stats don't always tell the story, but Zuma is a better centre half than him for me.
Right, so as you can see there, Grant said Zuma as well. So did Kent, and Kent saying Zuma better defender and not a bad on the ball all day. Kurt for me. So there we go. We've got a West Ham player on the ball, Mitch. We've got a West Ham player on the. I know obviously his injury's not as bad as first thing, and I know we keep saying it, we keep mentioning it. Just how much of a coup is that getting Kurt Zuma anyway? I know he's injured at the minute, but
for me, definitely our best signing for a while. Better signing than Souček. Maybe not Soufal, but I think our best signing is Soufal for me.
Yeah,
I think he's been excellent, and he's got the potential to be a future star for us. It's a massive shame about the injury. In this congested time, we needed him, but luckily it's not too bad. I'm just worried about the long-term future of him in terms of injuries, because this knee problem, or whatever it is, I can't remember. It was a hamstring, wasn't it?
No, it's nothing to do with. I can't remember what someone said to me. It's nothing to do with his knee or something. It's just a tear. It's just a little tear.
It's ACL tear, wasn't it?
It's not as bad. It's not bad. Do you know what I mean? You can recover from that. It's not like bone or anything like that. So it's nothing. It's not a reoccurring injury. Who do you want to compare Gabriel against? Ogbonna?
Ogbonna, definitely.
Or Diop? Or Diop? Oh, okay.
I think right now Ogbonna's still a better centre half than Diop.
Yeah. Right. Here we go. Right. We'll get these stats up. So as you can see there, obviously Gabriel's played more games. Obviously Zuma's been injured for the last two. Gabriel actually has got 2 goals. So compared to I think he's 1 clean sheet, six goals to 3 yellow cards. But now we'll move on to the defending side of it. As you can see there, that goals conceded. So Ogbonna has conceded less goals, even though the clean sheet. So as you can see, we're our worst. Thanks, Kent. Yeah, hamstring ligament. That was what I was getting at. Thanks, Kent. Yeah, so he's not his knee. That's the point I was getting at. Anyway, but no, as you can see there, so as you can see, it's very very close there. Obviously, Gabriel, he got a lot of stick when he come in. Obviously, they paid quite a decent amount of money. Obviously, they're the same sort of player. They're both left-footed. Gabriel's got a bit of pace, but obviously, if you had to pick, mate, who are you going for?
Gabriel, yeah, for me, I think Gabriel. He's the best defender. He's the best defender at Arsenal. And look, so I know we love West Ham. We know we're doing well defensively, but Arsenal are doing well as well. And their defence, like Ben White, ain't great. He's not doing too well.
If they win, they go above us.
Yeah, and I think they will. And defensively, they're a lot better these days. I do think Gabriel is better. If I'm being honest, he's just
I agree.
It's just purely down to like the pace, and Ogbonna's lost a lot of pace this last 6 months. I think at the start of this season, I think there was a time. What was it? The last time I noticed Ogbonna actually being quick, I think it was against Liverpool 2 years ago. We played him in January, and it was Ogbonna. The ball went over the top. Ogbonna matched Salah for pace, and he had a good bit of speed about him. He was like quite a quick centre half. But he's actually lost that now, and when balls go over the top, strikers do get in behind him. And Gabriel, that just don't happen because he's younger. So unfortunately, for me, I think Zuma's better than Gabriel, and Ogbonna. I think Zuma's the best defender in the whole team. But no, I think Ogbonna's lost that. I think Zuma's been better than Ogbonna this season when they played together.
Yeah,
Ogbonna's been good, but he's not been quite as good as what he was last year and the year before.
Yeah, no, and the problem is, like you said, mate, he's going to be a year older the time he gets back as well. It's like, will you think it? But to be honest, I actually agree. Gabriel's to be the next Arsenal captain. I didn't know that. Obviously, Aubameyang's got
him and Tierney are the two candidates, aren't they?
But yeah, I agree. I think I'm going to go with Gabriel as well. Obviously, he's I know he's played less games than Thingy, but a lot of people are raving about him as well. So that's just another vote there. 1 second.
Gabriel, please.
Yeah, Gabriel's in. Next, mate. This one's going to be a lot closer because it's going to be a mixed bag. It's going to be a bit of youngsters versus experience, and that is Kieran Tierney versus Aaron Cresswell. Take it away, Mitch.
Tierney. I think. Look, Cresswell, we like him, but he makes a lot of things harder purely because of the fact he's a lot slower. He's not as strong. So times where the ball goes over the top or he goes in front, Tierney gets into those balls. Cresswell don't. Cresswell can't overlap because he's so slow. It's not the things that Cresswell does bad because he doesn't do much bad, but Tierney does a lot of things that Cresswell can't do, like running down the pitch quick with pace and winning things. And he's tall. He's a good, strong. He's a big lad actually for left back. Tierney. For me, Tierney, I think for me that's quite easy. Cresswell's he's improved actually the season's gone on, I think, but I think Tierney is better. I really do.
Oh, Kent's just
what do you think, Andy?
Oh, and on evening, James. How you doing, mate?
All good, mate. All good.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been watching, mate. We're just doing like a combined 11. Shit! Who would you pick? Yeah, so.
What's your face cam, James?
Oh, I'm wrapping presents, mate. So I can't do two things at once.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Kent's saying this. Can I move Tierney to right back as he's played there? Kent, you can do whatever you want, mate. You're a legend. You can do whatever you want.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Is he?
He has played right back. He's played for Celtic.
But I still think
Kent
would be a better right back than
no. Kent's done his 11. He's done his one up there, didn't he? That's what he was saying. So obviously, I'm not saying we should count him for us. We've obviously done ours. But,
okay.
Yeah. James, I'll ask you, mate. If you had to pick, and obviously explain why. If you had to pick Tierney or Cresswell, who are you picking?
I think Tierney myself, mate. I think he's a phenomenal player. I think Cresswell's in his best moment at present, but I think Tierney's got a lot more to come. I think he's the future Arsenal captain, if I'm honest.
That's what they're saying. He's the most likely it looks at the moment. You don't get the most. You don't get the Arsenal captaincy. Being a shit player, do you?
No.
And I saw a lot of people I've seen combined 11 today, which is inspired why I think we should do this on the channel. And I've seen a lot of people say Cresswell, and I don't get that personally.
Yeah. No. Like you said, mate, I'm going to get the stats up like we normally do. So as you can see, Cresswell still played more games. I think Tierney's had a couple of knocks as well, and I always forget that other left back who they've got. I can't remember the young one who they've bought. I always forget his name.
Tavares, is it?
Tavares, that's the one. Yeah. So Tavares has been playing. Obviously, he nicks out on there. Obviously, Cresswell's got a goal, which he got on the opening day. Tierney's got 2 assists compared to Cresswell's 1. Clean sheets, they're tied a piece at 3-3, but I'm going to move back to their defending. Goals conceded, Cresswell's conceded more. Cresswell, though, look, done more blocks, 8 blocks compared to Tierney's 2. Tackles, Cresswell's winning on that. Successful tackles, Cresswell's winning on that. Clearances, headed clearances, so aerial battles. Look at that. Aerial battles won. 19 aerial battles, Cresswell's won.
He's surprisingly good in the air. He gets up well, Cresswell, to be fair. But but Tierney is quite a bit taller than Cresswell, so you could put it down to the fact that he doesn't have to.
Yeah. No,
but
definitely.
As I always say, it's the things that stats don't show you. Like the fact that he's a lot quicker, so that he cuts out the bit having to make a tackle or make a block because he always gets the ball quicker. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. Definitely. Right, Mitch, take it away. The next player is Thomas Partey versus Declan Rice. Take it away.
What formation should we do, mate? Should we do 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3?
Yeah. 4-2-3-1. That's what Arsenal sort of play as well, don't they?
All right, sweet. Yeah.
So Declan Rice versus Partey. The floor is yours.
Just quickly, 1 sec, Andy. Who do you want to win this game? City or Leeds?
Oh, City all day long. I don't want them to win in the title.
And I can't stand Leeds either. I don't really like them.
Dirty Leeds, loose.
And I've got in my sweepstake thing, the last man standing, Man City. All right. Anyway, so 2-man midfield.
So Declan Rice versus Thomas Partey.
Is that the way you want to do it?
Yeah, they're both.
I think Partey's their best midfielder. So I don't know if I compare them two because I'd want the best two.
All right.
If you know what I mean.
Right, people. Sorry, Grant. You've already wrote yours. All right, Thomas Partey versus Thomas Souček.
Yeah, I think that's right. Sorry, hand.
It's all right, mate. It's your idea. I'm not going to argue with you, son.
Well, no. I think you should because
right. Thomas Partey versus Thomas Partey. The two Thomases. Who are you picking?
First of all, should we even argue about Rice? It's not as
well. No,
we'll look at his stats.
Yeah, well, we will take it away, Mitch. Thomas Partey versus Thomas Souček. Who are you picking?
Tough actually. I can hear the Christmas presents.
It's Christmas.
It's tough.
Oh, he's muted really himself.
Tough.
Go on.
Really tough. I think Partey's a better player, and I think a lot of players are better than Souček. I think Souček is he's all right. He defends all right.
But don't you think Thomas Partey and Declan Rice are too similar to put them together?
Yeah, but I think them. You say that, but them two together, I think the midfield will do better than Souček and Rice.
Okay.
I think Partey's better at bringing the ball forward. I haven't liked the look of him recently. Even this season, I've watched him a couple of times. He's been quite sloppy, really slow on the ball. You know what? I don't know. I think this season, I don't know. Even though I give Souček stick, I think I would.
Mate, apparently he was one of our best players. He was one of our best players on Sunday. Souček.
Was he?
Yeah, he
I think
was driving. Yeah,
but he doesn't. The thing is, he does get when he does bring the ball forward. It's just so slow, and that what he's going to do every time.
I still love him. I'm gonna say the reason why I prefer it.
I think Souček.
Yeah, just James. Hopefully you ain't got a mouthful of sellotape. Who you picking, mate?
No, I agree, mate. I I'm not a big fan of Thomas Partey. I don't see the hype with him. I think he's a good player, but do you know, like when they come from La Liga and everyone hypes them up and they don't do nothing?
Yeah.
That's Thomas Partey for me. And I think Souček gives you more. I think he gives you more in both boxes. I think he covers more ground than Partey. I would say Partey's a better destroyer of the ball, like as in he breaks play up a bit better than Souček, but you got Declan Rice for that. Yeah. So for me, Thomas Souček is the man, and Partey is no party for Partey, basically.
Yeah. So it is. Wow, that's bad. But Thomas Souček's had 13 shots off target, and Partey's had 12. Fucking hell, you can tell that.
That's why I've said about Souček. I think his shooting has been fucking awful, really, and overlooked. No one's saying anything about Souček this season, but every time he's got forward, he's added when he's added his shots and shots with the ball on the floor. They've been awful. Yeah. They've been really, really shit. Burnley at the end of the game, he fucking skied it.
See, Mitch, look, I don't know if you can see this very well. I don't want to keep zooming in and out, but as you can see on the defending side of it, it's all day long for Souček. Look, clearances, headed clearances.
It's because he puts himself about more, doesn't
aerial battles. So
he's a lazy cunt.
But it's a close call. It's a close call. But I'm saying Souček. Mitch, who are you saying, mate?
Yeah, Souček.
James, full
ass. Think about it.
Yeah, it's full ass. It's full ass, mate. Souček's the better player. Right. Really.
Right. I'm gonna let you, because I don't think I'm gonna compare them anyway. Xhaka versus Rice, but Mitch, just take it away, mate. What's impressed you about Declan Rice this season?
He's missed an open goal, but I said was missed an open goal.
Has he?
Yeah. Cut it back. I want to cut it back, so missed an open goal. Like, I'm talking open. Fuck. Sorry, mate.
It's all right.
What a chance, cunt. All right. I think Xhaka's the better player. I think he's better on the ball, could score a goal. It's not even close. Like Xhaka's a mid-table / low Premier League quality midfielder. Rice is one of the best midfielders in the league, and now at the moment he's one of the best midfielders in the world. And he's probably the best young midfielder in the world right now. Yeah. It's no debate. He probably wins it in every single stat. I can't actually think of a stat where Xhaka. I'll tell you what. One stat I will probably say Xhaka might win is passing. I think his passing range is slightly better than Declan's. Yeah. Declan's is good, but Xhaka does play the ball quite well.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see the stats.
Yeah. Right. James, what's impressed? I know this is pretty.
Oh! Yes, Foden. Sorry, that was the worst clips I've ever seen.
James, what's impressed you? But obviously, I don't think there is any comparison who you're picking. But what's impressed Dex so far this season? I think he's gone to that other level. But what do you reckon it is? What's made him get to that?
I think he's just a complete all-round player that no one's really ever seen before. See, football's evolving there, right? And in the game nowadays, people have got to go bed into different positions. Like multiple multi-trader of positions, basically. And Declan Rice proved it on Sunday that he could go as a striker by running through people, as a centre-half, defending people, and just doing his normal job of being like a DM. And Declan Rice is world-class, mate. Anyone
he's
who don't
best
think
defender, midfielder and attacker. Someone said.
He is.
I think he is. I think he actually is.
And the way I look at this with Declan is that he can be anything he wants to be, but he wants to do it with us, but we've got to give him the tools to make him flourish, basically. So, for me,
make it rain on him.
Declan Rice is, to me, one of the best players that West Ham's produced for the last, say, 30 years.
For me.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, that I've seen. I mean, if you're going back years and years, like 40 years ago, then maybe not. But if you're talking about players in the last 30 years, he's quite easy.
In the Premier League era, Declan Rice is the best by a country mile.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's, as I say, he's just top class, mate, and he gets in any team in the Premier League, any team in Europe, probably.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
So this is going to be the battle of midfield. They've both played 16 appearances. They've both got 1 goal. They've both got 3 assists. They've both got 4 clean sheets. They've both got 4 yellow cards. What is going to split this team up? And it is, oh my God, You're actually kidding me. They've actually got everything pretty much the same. But no, as you said, it's decking it all day long.
Just chuck the stats away. Fuck off.
But no,
Fuck
it
'em
is.
off.
It is though.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
oh,
even
yeah, I
being
know,
biased,
yeah.
though, is it? It's not even being biased. Like, you've only got to look at what he does. Like, I'll tell you what Declan does do that Xhaka don't do is he inspires the team to win.
Yeah.
Like, he's an influence. I think, like,
Good
let's be
attitude
honest.
as well.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I think of Declan. I think he inspires. He makes players better around him, if I'm honest, Declan. And he always has done since he's been captain for me. So that is what probably splits the pair of them.
Yeah, no, definitely. Right, Jen. So we're going to have a break now on that. We'll come back to the 11. So, Mitch, obviously, you sort of mentioned earlier you think this is going to be a really tough game. Where do you reckon the battle's going to be won and lost tomorrow?
I think we'll dominate the midfield tomorrow, and if we can just keep the ball as much as possible, against top sides, I think we struggle to keep the ball, but that's because they've all got really good midfields and can play it around well. Arsenal are one team where our midfield is significantly better than theirs. So if we can win the ball almost, say 8% of the time in that midfield, and just pick up on all the second balls, then that's where it's at. I think that, just keeping the ball. If Soufal has his right head on and he hasn't been doing gear before the game, then then we should be able to do all right. Because Burnley first half, when he was moving that ball all the time, he really done nothing.
Yeah.
Just keep it on the floor. Keep the way we played against Burnley in the second half, but with a bit more cutting edge. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Because first half against Burnley was an absolute mess, wasn't it? I thought.
Yeah.
Even though we were slightly better, we weren't.
We had a couple of decent chances, didn't we? So
we did, but we weren't playing good, was we? Like, I thought we played much better in the second half. But for me, that was all down to Antonio with his stinking positioning.
Yeah, no, definitely. Right. So, James, what about you, mate? Do you reckon it's obviously Mitch sort of mentioned the back one in midfield? Do you reckon it could be won? I know it's been our weapon this season. Set pieces. Do you reckon that's where it could be won or lost?
Yeah, we've got to take our chances tomorrow. That's one thing. Whatever chance we do get, with set pieces, possibly, but they've got some big boys in there. Who's going to?
Sorry,
Mitch is off again. They're set pieces, but I think this game. Let's be honest. The last 3 times we've been to the Emirates, we've had all the ball, all the possession, dominated, but we just haven't put the ball in the back of the net. We've got to do that tomorrow. If we're going to win this game, we've got to score first. I think. 100%.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree. Obviously, we mentioned some players. Obviously, the news what's come out today that obviously Aubameyang's been stripped of the captaincy. Apparently, there's a bit of tension in the dressing room. Mitch, we've got to take advantage of that, though, haven't we? There could be uncertainty. Yeah. There could be a few. The crowd as well. Obviously,
well, we say that, and I've seen a lot of people saying that, but they won 3-0 against Southampton.
No, but I mean, there's more stuff what's come out. Obviously, now that the captaincy's been, I don't know whether he's around the training ground. So I know they sort of bypass it. They just said he's been left out they just left out the squad. We didn't really know much of it, but obviously there's been a few more since then, hasn't there?
It's all the fucking French players, mate. I just realised, it's all like Martial's, the Pogbas. They all cause this upset in their clubs.
Yeah.
It's all the dirty fucking French.
So do you reckon there could be some, especially in the crowd being a bit, obviously more stuff's come out. Do you reckon that could play its part in being a bit edgy or something?
I don't know. I don't think they'll play anything, if I'm being honest, mate. I think no, I don't think that's going to play a part. They've just picked up a 3-0 win. I think more players will be desperate to fight for the captain's armband. I think Tierney and Gabriel, with the captain's armband open now to be claimed, I think the players have got more of something to play for, if anything. But obviously Aubameyang won't start either, so Yeah, I just think I don't think it will affect the game. Like, if I'm being honest.
James, I'm going to unmute you again, mate. What about you? Do you reckon that'll play its part?
Do you know what? It'd be interesting to see who the captain is tomorrow. Like, if he's not playing, is it going to be Tierney? Is it going to be like Gabriel or Ben White or someone like that? Because it could either go one or two ways tomorrow. It could either be inspired or it could all go horribly wrong. Do you know what I mean? So,
Aubameyang was a shit captain anyway, to be honest.
He was, but it's like a new manager bounce, isn't it? Like, you get like new catching bounce. So it's one of them ones. What do you do? Do you look at this geezer and go, well, you know what? Say it's Tierney tomorrow. He's going to get them right up for it. So it'd be interesting to see who the captain is tomorrow. But we're gutted really that Aubameyang's not playing because he's been awful. So yeah, big gutting really.
But normally a lot of Arsenal for life. Obviously, you've been a follower since the start. West Ham are going to get hammered. I'm not going to comment on that, mate. I'm not going to say, oh, we're going to smash you. You're going to smash. I just think it'll be an interesting game of football, and
I think it'll be tight.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a tight game.
Yeah.
We've got to watch on the break though, because Dawson's playing, and on the break, that's one thing I'm worried about. Dawson, and on the break, they could hurt us. You know, when Wolves hit us in the break.
Do you know what though, Mitch? I thought that.
Yeah.
But I thought what it is, Arsenal like to play in front of the goal. They don't really go down the sides, so to speak. They can play in front. They've got to get past Thomas Souček, Declan Rice, who's the best DM in the country by a country mile, and then they've got to get past all our defenders. So I think what we've got to do is against them is we've got to push them into the middle of the pitch and don't let them go wide. I think if you let them go wide, then I don't think they're a sort of team to cross balls in because, let's be honest.
No, they do cross. I think quite the balls in Arsenal.
It always depends who's playing though. If Lacazette's playing,
they always still like to cross the balls in. Like they crossed quite a few balls in for Southampton. The only goal against Everton was a cross.
Yeah.
But they're more low drilled. They're more like whipped across the box.
Yeah, I just hope, like you said. Mandy makes a good point here. That Saka or Pepe against Masuaku, no thanks. Hope Creswell. I think Creswell will definitely be back tomorrow. I don't think they.
If he's not back tomorrow, I want to know why. Because it can't be that bad, surely. Like,
I know it's back on the thing. I didn't get it. Oh my God, Grealish! Oh my God, sorry, he spent past up 3 men.
What's the score, Mitch?
2-0 now.
Who scored the 2 goals?
Grealish scored the second. It was a header. Good goal actually. And
Foden,
the first one was Foden. Awful. Right. The player should kid off the line. He's completely missed the ball. The Leeds player.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to watching Norwich Villa after we finish this. Dean Smith, but Saka and Pepe. Like you said, hopefully Creswell's fit. We'll get back to predictions.
Pepe's wank, mate.
I know. Actually, we'll talk about the managers first, and then we'll do the remaining bit of the combined 11, and then we'll get our predictions at the end. Obviously, Mikel Arteta, Mitch, obviously last season as well, they were saying that they want him gone. He sort of answered the critics. Obviously, they're only 2 points behind us. He's slowly getting his players in. They're buying the younger players. What do you actually make of Arsenal, like as themselves? Obviously, last 18 months or so, we've been ahead of them by probably a country mile, but they're slowly catching up. But what do you think of Arteta and Arsenal?
I think Arteta's that good a manager, if I'm being completely honest. Before Southampton game, there was loads and loads of shouts for Arteta to be sacked. Most Arsenal fan base wanted him sacked. And still, a lot of the Arsenal fan base wanted him sacked, even after the Southampton result. And, I think that says a lot, to be honest. I think Arsenal fans, they've gone through, a few managers now since Wenger's left. And I think they know what they need. They got a good quality. I think they got a good team, Arsenal. And like when I watched them play, especially against Everton, they were just set up wrong. They were just sat back, absorbed all the thing. And it's not how that team, how those players should be playing. They're a team that should be dominating possession and controlling the game, because they haven't got like rapid team. They've got more of like players that control the ball and pass it well, like Odegaard, Saka, Smith Rowe. They're not like lightning fast, rapid players, but they're just good at controlling the ball and playing it around the final third.
Yeah.
And Arteta, the way he sets up at the moment, he's not suiting them.
I don't think he knows his best team yet either, does he?
He doesn't, no. And that midfield duo, they keep swapping, like the Congo party, Xhaka party. They haven't got a solid two midfielders. I mean, I think Xhaka, I don't know, it's like Xhaka's been good for him this season, I've heard, but he's one that he could drop out the team. He might not play tomorrow, and he wouldn't surprise me. So, yeah, I think the back four's solid. To be fair, I think they know what the back four is. But besides from that, it's they could play anyone. They haven't got a number one striker. Lacazette blows hot and cold. Aubameyang's head is just in Neverland at the moment, and the whole team could chop a change.
James, I've got to unmute you, mate. Before we get on to the combined 11, James is muted. Oh, yeah, you go, James. What do you reckon of Arsenal and Arteta, mate? Do you reckon he's still the right man? Are you impressed by him, or?
It's an interesting one, that is, because when I look at Arsenal, and I know a lot of Arsenal friends, because I used to live in North London, and what they keep turning around and saying is they're inconsistent. It's one good game, one bad game, one good game, one bad game. Yeah, it'd be it's like a cycle. What do they think of Arteta? They look at Arteta as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of Arsenal. They think he took them as far as they can go, but they need someone to push them on to the next level, and they don't believe that Arteta is the man to do it. Some of them are very sort of stickler and going, you know what it is we've got to give him a chance. You can't criticise him. Look what he's had to work with, etc. And let's be honest, he's done okay. He's won an FA Cup with them and things like that. But when you look at Arsenal are miles behind the big three. The big three are Man United. They're miles behind. They need about another. I reckon they need another 2 or 3 windows to get exactly where they want to be. But let's be honest, when you're in London now, who would you rather go and play for, West Ham or Arsenal at present? And Arsenal years ago would cherry pick them players from big teams. Yeah. This season, in the summer window, they went after Ben White at Brighton, and that's where they've gone from. They've gone from the top.
But I still do agree with that though, James. I know they could have probably got Zuma, but I honestly don't think Chelsea would have done business. But I do like the fact that Arsenal, and I think we need to be a bit more like that. Like we've done Zuna, is getting English players instead of going abroad all the time. So I sort of agree with that. I think Ben White. I think they paid a bit over the odds, but I still think he's a good player.
Do you think though that the best way of just putting this across is do you think that Ben White is the answer to sort of them winning the league or competing for the league?
Exactly, and that the price tag, what did they pay for him? 40 mil, was it?
Yeah,
it's 50. It's a lot of money.
When you do look at Zuma, you think he's proven, isn't he? And obviously, what they've done, Arsenal, they're buying young and they're hoping that it's going to work. Now, if it don't work, then I think his head's going to be on the line, 100%.
Yeah, no, James. I think you saw most of it yesterday. I was on that Arsenal channel, Richard, top bloke, and it was actually a really good chat with him, and we were talking about all the different perspectives and stuff like that. And like you said, to get an Arsenal spin on it, but yeah, like you said, they've gone around their business. What they were in the bottom 4, weren't they, after 4 or 5 games, and they've turned it around. But yeah, it'll be
well, the best way of describing it is when Arteta took over 3 days after Moyes. And look at Moyes and look at Arteta. Look how far Moyes has took West Ham, really, from nowhere, and then look how much time Arteta has and money.
Arsenal money improved.
Arsenal are still the same. Yeah, not really. I agree with you there, Mitch. I think they look the same team as they always been. They always derail towards the end of the season. You know what I mean? So I agree.
Right. Where's sorry, Amanda was asking, where's Fredericks? I'm not too sure, to be honest. They said he had an injury, and I thought it was
I've got a love for Fredericks. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like
He's not a right back though. He's a
sexual or
winger.
something.
He's a winger. He's a winger. He should
You
be
think?
converted to a winger. Yeah, he can't defend, but going forward, if he just improves that final ball, it'd be amazing.
He's so quick, and that's a real like deadly thing he's got there.
Yeah.
'Cause in the 2 games he's played this season, he looked mustard. I thought.
Right.
Even though he gets a lot of stick, Fredericks, I do feel for him because I think a lot of it's unjust.
Yeah, I know, Mitch, but the problem is with Fredericks, is he a sort of player that is good enough for where we want to be heading?
He's
No,
29
he
now.
won't be starting. He should never be starting for us.
Yeah.
But he's a good squad player, isn't he? Like he's good to have it on the bench because he's
mates
different.
with Deck.
So
He's
quick.
mates with Deck as well.
But
He's mates with Deck, and he's so quick.
But if you've got 3 right backs at the club, Kafal, Ben Johnson, and Fredericks, and I know people say about pushing him forward and having him as a winger, I'd rather go out and buy a winger than have Ryan Fredericks as a winger. If that makes sense.
Course, yeah, but he's still good in cup games.
He's good on FIFA. He's good on FIFA. So if you like FIFA, go and watch him on FIFA. He's pretty good.
He's rapid.
Okay, right. Anyway, right. Enough about Arsenal for life. Saying on a serious note, I think it would be a draw. West Ham are a better side. If we were away, we would lose. Okay, no, that's a fair assessment of it. Mandy's saying I hope Norwich are as bad again.
What James said there about like where you want to be. But if you want to ask that question about a lot of players, there's a lot of players you could argue where we want to be. Are they good enough for West Ham? And I'd say no.
I think Moyes is slowly getting them out the door though. He can't just all of a sudden like a flipping just chuck kids like you're excluding them. Do you know what I mean? You've got to get them. You've got to get them out. Got to get them out slowly.
He has been here about 4 years though, Mitch. Fredericks.
Yeah, but
We've
not renewed. His contract's up in the summer, so it'd be interesting to see if it gets renewed.
But he's not on major wages.
Yeah, he's on 70 grand a week, mate.
He's not really old, is he? What is he, 29?
He's on 70 grand a week, mate.
70 grand a week, is he?
Yeah. You've got him on a free, so we offered him 70 grand a week. He's on 70 grand a week.
Oh shit, it's quite a lot actually. Fuck.
Right,
put out of context, can I just say City are playing some unbelievable football at the moment.
Oh no.
One of the best I've seen this season. And they're creating chances left, right and centre.
Mandy's saying
really horny.
Arsenal can pay players up to 70 million, whereas us around 30. If their recruitment improve, they should get close to us. Yeah, I agree. Right, gents, let's get on to the fun and games then of a comparison. And I've been looking at the stats as we've been talking. The players who I'm going to compare is Jared Bowen versus Saka. Mitch, take it away, mate.
Oh. For me, Saka's a better player. And
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think.
As Gary Neville says.
I think Saka's end product is slightly better. His shooting is for me quite a bit better. And last season, Saka he was by far Arsenal's best player, and this season it's close. I'd probably argue Bowen's been a bit better than Saka this season.
Yeah, but that's what I'm.
I think overall was a better
on.
player. I do think Saka. He's younger as well. I think as an overall quality player, I do think Saka is better.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
Okay.
And I love West Ham. I love our players, and I love Bowen. But I think as an all-round player, I think Saka, he could play anywhere on the pitch as well.
Okay. So as you can see, the stats this season, like you said, Mitch, you don't just play it all on stats. Both played 16 games, 3 goals for Bowen, 4 assists, 2 for Saka, 3 assists, clean sheets. Arsenal, he's had more, but don't really matter for that. But yellow cards. But for me, I'm going to go Bowen. I just think he's vastly improved, and as you can see there, he's had more shots on target as well. Shooting accuracies 59%. Let's have a look. Where's passing? Maybe team play. Maybe passes. Yeah, Saka's done more passing, but pass completions are roughly about the same. James, the floor is yours, mate. Take it away for a few seconds.
I think Bowen. I don't know. I just think Bowen's better, mate. I really do. Yeah. Like I look at Saka. I think he's a good player, but what is it? What's really his best position?
Right wing.
And the thing is, if you say right wing, and he's the best player for Arsenal last season, and they was poor, then
he's still the best player. He's still the best player, though.
but I look at when I look at Bowen, I've seen improvements from Bowen from last year. I think this year, let's be honest, if Bowen converts all the chances or most of 90% of his chances,
and I agree. He'd be better than Saka, but he's not. He's getting a lot of chances, and he's botting a lot of them.
Let's have a look, Mitch. Let's have a look at people saying in the comments, and then we'll get back to it. Mandy's saying Bowen all day long. Man City amazing anytime I've watched him this year. Bowen again. Harry hasn't got an England call up yet. It's beyond me. Bowen works his arse off along for us. Grant saying Saka has more potential, but I think Bowen just shades it for now.
Well, let's put it this way. Who puts in a better cross out of the pair of them?
Bowen.
From open play, I'd say Saka. From set pieces, Bowen's been putting some real good balls in this season.
Who works harder for the team?
Bowen.
Right, and who's more threatening at running at players?
Saka.
Oh, I don't know, Mitch.
I actually agree at running at players. Saka does excite me, but like I said, I agree with everything else.
As a team player,
as an overall player, as an overall, I think Bowen just edges it for me. And everyone in the chat, it might just be
tight.
as well.
It's tight.
Yeah, it's tight. It's tight. It is tight. But Bowen just says ready. I'm going to let James go first.
It's a very good debate, though. I think that's really good.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We've done this comparison. When it gets to 19 games, we'll do this. We'll come back and do an overall assessment of each player.
Oh, what a goal!
Oh,
De Bruyne, 3-0.
Oh. We're doing comparisons here, Mitch.
I'm sorry, mate. This is really making me moist. I'm telling you now.
James, these are two players who I would say are very, very similar, and I know how much you love him. We are comparing Saïd Benrahma versus Martin Odegaard. Take it away.
For how much I like Benrahma, Odegaard is you don't go and play for Real Madrid if you're rubbish. For me, shall I just read the first three stats out? I know we're not go on stats. Both Benrahma's had 16 games. Odegaard's had 14. Odegaard's got 4 goals. Benrahma's got 3. Benrahma's got 3 assists. Odegaard's got none. So basically, that tells me he doesn't look. He hasn't got the basically the final ball for someone to finish.
Yeah, no.
Even Benrahma, to be honest, I think it's because Benrahma's been getting to like better positions. I think Benrahma drives into the box more. Odegaard plays a bit deeper.
But
look, I think Odegaard is better. If I'm being honest, I think overall quality. I think Benrahma's.
I would say Odegaard's better.
No. But I think that's a good comparison, though. Do you know what I mean? I do like the look of them. I really do like the look of Odegaard. Obviously, like you said, he doesn't play for Real Madrid for the sake of it. But I was very surprised when they let him go. I know assists don't lie, but like you said, that's the thing. What frustrates me. Where do you if it's just a final pass? But you never know. He could be heavily involved in some of the build-up. I can't sit here and say I watched Arsenal.
Arsenal strikers this season have been awful. They're like Lacazette and Aubameyang. They're getting goals from Smith Rowe, Saka's, Odegaard as well. They're not getting goals from the strikers, so it's more of like build-up play that they're scoring goals from, rather than like that one over top ball that they're doing. And Benrahma's 3 assists. I'm guessing them 3 assists came alongside Antonio. I'm guessing at the start of the season. I can't remember last time we got an assist.
Let's get this right. When Antonio was on form at the start of the season, that's where the assist was coming from. I think one of them was Newcastle.
That's what I mean. And we had an on-form striker. Arsenal ain't had an in-form striker all season.
Yeah, no. I was just making the point. Like you said, we're not just judging it on stats. But Mandy's saying Odegaard, Alana's saying Odegaard. And I didn't expect his assist rate to be better. And obviously, Odegaard again. So Odegaard, let's have a look. Mandy, one more comment. Odegaard's overall gameplay is better, and in-game reading is better, which Benny lacks. Yeah. Right. This one.
Everybody's work rate's a bit better defensively.
Yeah. See, this one I think is going to be a bit hard to compare because obviously we need to fit him in. I'm going to be pairing Pablo Fornals versus Smith Rowe because I was going to put about
Smith Rowe for me.
Because
we're choosing our best 11. The comparisons, it's a tough one because they're quite different in the way they play. But the way we're doing it is best 11, so I would say Smith Rowe. I think all day long for me.
Yeah, but
okay.
One thing I will say about Smith Rowe, he's a very, very good player. He's an exciting player, but has he got the all-round game that Fornals has got?
Yeah, I'd say yes.
Yeah,
I'd say Fornals has got better passing ability than him. To be fair, but I think Smith Rowe's better at everything else. If I'm being honest.
But in this system, this is where I will say, you don't see Smith Rowe get back. Fornals does. He does. He's a team worker. I'm not saying Fornals. I'm just trying to see it from both angles because Fornals has played 2 more games. Fornals has got 4 goals. Smith Rowe's got 5. Both got 2 assists each. Obviously, I'm just bringing that up. Smith Rowe's a talent, and maybe I shouldn't really be comparing them really because I've never really seen him out there on the left. But like you said, the three can alternate. But James, would you just edge Smith Rowe on this one?
Probably just, but it all depends on what sort of player you're looking at. If you're looking for a hard-working industrial player, someone who's going to be good in both boxes, so to speak, and good in midfield, like a good all-rounder, then you go for Fornals, wouldn't you? But Smith Rowe's exciting. He gets the ball, he runs at people, he brings others into play. He knows where the goal is. He's getting better. I think Smith Rowe mate. That's just for me.
Okay, cool.
They've missed him recently, Arsenal, big time, since he's injured.
Smith Rowe. I reckon he might. Kent said at the start he might be back as well tomorrow. Smith Rowe, amazing player. Although I do love. Are we comparing Aubameyang and Antonio or Lacazette and Antonio?
I think all 3. I think compare all 3. I think none of them are doing well at the moment, so I think we compare all 3 and pick our best one.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
If you could do it, I don't know if you could do it.
What about Yarmolenko?
Yarmolenko's already on the bench.
He's already on the plane out of here, mate. There he is.
Right, what I'm going to do is because Lacazette normally, I'm just going to compare Lacazette. I think.
James, quickly, can I say something? James, quick. Sorry, mate. At the game, in the first half, Antonio done something so poor. I think it was a shot. He shot from like long range, and I was at the front row on the away end, and Aaron Lennon's walking up right in front of us, and I'm just absolutely ripping into Antonio. I'm just like screaming about Antonio, and everyone's laughing around me. And I've looked at Aaron Lennon, and he's just standing there stretching, just like laughing his head off at me, like I'm reacting to Antonio. Because again, another shocking performance from Antonio.
It was, mate. It was. I must admit, you got to give you boys credit for going up there on Sunday. It must have been the longest journey back going.
Mate, it was a good away day actually. Like the pre-day pre-match experience was good. It wasn't that cold at all. It was lovely weather actually. It's quite nice. It was quite good weather. It wasn't raining either, was it?
No, definitely not. I was saying that me and Ryan and Scott and Dom got soaked when we had to film our fan cam at the cricket club. Fuck me, that rain.
It started hitting down as soon as that finished.
Yeah, no. Right. The 2 players we're going to compare is Alexander Lacazette and Mikel Antonio. Mitch, if you was the manager and you had to pick either one of them, who are you starting?
That's tough. Overall quality, I don't think Lacazette is a better player. But
in this team,
if you played Lacazette for like City, he'd score more goals than Antonio. In this team, James, can you answer this one first, please? Because too much pressure here.
If you'd have said to me at the beginning of the season,
do we to put the stats up? as well.
Yeah, put stats up. Let's have a look.
Right, so Mikel Antonio's played 15 and Zanka Lacazette's played 11. Mikel Antonio's got 6 goals and 4 assists. Lacazette, 2 goals, no assists.
But the problem is with that is them stats look good for Antonio, but deep down, when you're seeing him play, sometimes you can see that he's not really like what it is with Antonio. He can make something happen out of nothing, but when he don't, he goes missing. That makes sense. He's a good team player.
I'll give him awful. Lacazette's pressing's better.
Yeah, I would say. I said, one, mate. For me, I would probably say Antonio just like because of.
Well, yeah. If you just look at this, look, Mikel Antonio's had 44 shots. Lacazette's had 6.
Wow. He's put a third of them shots away.
Yeah, but how many times he played this season from a starting position, Lacazette? I don't think it's many.
You know what? I'm going to say Lacazette just, if I'm honest. I think.
Oh, wow.
Best
Okay.
11.
Mikel Antonio's nearly played double.
So, there you go then. If he's only coming on and I think
Antonio would be a better super sub as well. I think coming onto the pitch, he'd do better.
This is tough. I think Antonio just edges.
So
I think Antonio just edges it for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Mitch,
you could sway me to Antonio's. You could sway me either side. I can't decide. I know I said Lacazette. It depends on the game actually. It depends who we're playing against. If we was playing against, a tougher team to, I don't know. It depends against the side. To be honest, if you've got two big boys like against Burnley, for example, I would play Lacazette because I don't think Antonio would have any luck. If it was against weak opposition, I think Lacazette. I think the quality would shine through. It depends on the game.
Yeah. Right, so I can confirm Arsenal in our combined 11. Oh, actually, let me read the comments first before I do.
Players.
Yeah, John saying Smith Rowe reminds me of Paul Merson, very similar styles. Yeah, good one. Grant saying Lacazette is a natural goal scorer. I love Mick too, but skill is skill. Mandy saying Lacazette would suit our style more than Antonio. Alana saying stats better for Mick, but the goals and assists were in a month. Yeah, no, I agree. And Epic saying if Lacazette isn't good enough for Arsenal, he sure isn't good enough for West Ham. Right, I can confirm that.
But Antonio ain't good enough for us. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So that's the point.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely right. I can confirm that Arsenal have 6 players in the combined 11, and obviously.
Oh my God! What's a? Oh, sorry, De Bruyne he's a smoke today. First going back, and he's on absolute smoke. Sorry, mate.
Right, so I can confirm the combined 11 is Aaron Ramsdale in goal, Tommy Achu right back, Zuma right centre back, partnered with Gabriel left centre back, and Tini, Suchek and Rice, potato salad and rice, and a free in front of them of Bowen, Odegaard, and Smith Rowe with Mikel Antonio up front. Not a bad team.
Yeah, it's good. It gets top. Yeah.
Would that get top 4? Would that side get top 4?
I don't think so. No. I think the quality of the top 4. If you're saying United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and City, it's quite a big gap between Spurs, West Ham, Leicester. Like in terms of you look at the player quality wise, I think there's quite a big gap. Like there's like maybe 1 or 2 players you look at in each team outside the top 4, in those like teams like Spurs and that, and you say they might get into that team. But with City, Chelsea, Arsenal, United and Liverpool, you could compare the teams and you could like maybe change one player here and there, and most of the players are world class in those teams, whereas in all the other teams like Arsenal, West Ham, they're not.
Okay. James, would that get top 4 that side?
I don't know, really. Possibly. Got good width either side.
You could fight for it.
Yeah, it'd be an hard to beat side, 100%. So, like, I'd fancy it all day long. Would I say top 4? Possibly. Would I say top 6? 100%.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Right, question here from Grant in the chat. Would you try and get Lacazette in January out of contract in the summer? Oh, Mitch just finished it.
Looks better than him. I
think it's his wages. I think his wages is an issue. James, what about you?
Yeah, I agree, mate. We need to go for people younger, fresher,
hungrier,
and not try and get these cheap and cheerful signings just to like appease people, so to speak. We need to go out and get a proper number 9.
Yeah,
and I'll keep saying it. There's a man in Brentford. Go and get him out of there.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely, I agree with that. And when I was on the Arsenal channel yesterday, we started talking about realistic transfers, and he said he would go and get for Arsenal. He said he would improve their squad. He said he would go and get Bazuma, Dennis from Watford, and Ivan Toney. He said that would really strengthen Arsenal's side.
Ivan Toney's a very, very good player, mate. And
I know he is.
He's just
all-round striker.
Do you know who I'll take a punt on as well? I know he's not played in the Premier. I'd go and get that Ben Brenton from Blackburn. I've just got that funny feeling he'll rip it up for us. He's pacey as well.
I think what it is with a centre forward,
not for first choice, but you know what I mean, as a squad player.
I think what it is as a striker coming in from the Championship to the Premier League, I think it's hard. I think it's very hard to adjust because you've got Premier League defences, and they might get 2 or 3 chances in a game in the Championship. They might only get 1 chance in the Prem. I think as a winger coming from the Championship, I think you're all right because I think you can get round it as a winger. He's a good player. He's scoring goals for fun, that geezer. But it's the old cliche. What do you do? Is he one? Another Jordan Hugill, for instance. So we will see.
Grant saying no way Brentford will sell Toney until the summer, if at all, not at a price we'll pay. I think 40 million would get him personally. I really do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not necessarily about Brentford wanting to sell him. If a bid came in and there was a lot of interest, and Toney said, "I want to play Europa League football," or I want to be playing for West Ham, there's nothing they can do. Brentford, they got to go. All right, let's accept a bid of 40 million then.
You can have Yarmolenko. You can have Yarmolenko as well.
You can have Yarmolenko. You can have Masuaku. You can have Socek. No, I'm joking.
See, I know they're on 20 points, and I know they're sitting 10th at the minute, but I still.
Yeah. Andy. Wait, is it my mic?
Nah, it's Andy's mic. His mic's gone.
Oh, sorry. I thought because I couldn't hear anyone. Then I thought, what's going on? Andy's dead. Rest in peace, mate.
That's nice, isn't it? We're playing poor sod. He's here.
I can't hear you, and I'm sorry, mate.
Carry on, Mitch.
I'm the
Who would you have?
So, welcome to West Ham Reunited. Who do I have?
Yeah,
I'd love Toney. I agree with you, mate. I think Toney would be great. And as I said, in that situation, if you can entice him, he'd want to come West Ham, wouldn't he? That's the whole point.
I'll tell you who I would have. I would have from Southampton, who's on loan. Who's the Chelsea player? Bojan, is it? Bojan. You know what I'm on about, don't you?
Broja.
Yeah. I think he looks a very, very good player.
But he came on against West Ham, mate. Do you remember when how good he looked? For like 10 minutes.
Don't know what's happened there. You probably can't hear me properly.
I'll go back.
Now it sounds like you're underwater.
I know. Yeah. I need to go in a sec. I was using my camera. All I done was scratch my ear because it was hurting, and now it's like disconnected. I don't know what the fuck's going on with it. But no. If you had to, what's your prediction? I'm going to come in and out. Talk about your prediction, and I'll be back in a second.
Right. I think I reckon 2-0 Arsenal.
Are you going tomorrow, Mitch?
Nah, I'm not. I
No,
can't
no.
get away tickets this season. It's really hard. Like the way we've been doing it for the last couple of years, we can't do it anymore. We've got this bloke who normally gives us the tickets, and because of that, we don't have any points. And now this season, he's not been able to get them, so it's been hard. So now we're just like doing ballots and stuff and trying to nick tickets here and there. So it's harder for me to get tickets. But unfortunately, I'm not going now, mate.
Dear. It's hard to predict this game. It really is. I think if we score first, we get something out of the game. If we concede first, then I don't think we win. I don't think we get anything. If I'm honest.
What's your prediction, though? You got to give us a score, mate.
I'm going to go 2-2. I think there's goals in this game. Yeah, I think we might even be 2-1 up, and they will do like a Crystal Palace 90th minute and come back and get a goal. I can see that happening. I think on the break, what we need to do tomorrow is we need to suck Arsenal in, and then hit them massively on the break, and then I think we'll be all right. And I think it'll suit us and all. So yeah, 2-2 for me.
2-2 for you, Mitch. What
If
did you
Crystal
say,
starts, maybe we could get a draw. But I predicted 2-0. I think Arsenal will do us tomorrow at the Emirates. Our record ain't great there. Attacking wise, recently we just can't seem to create goals. We're nicking them, set pieces, things like that.
I've got a bet, like a private bet with a mate of mine, and I've turned around and said that Antonio doesn't score against Arsenal. He doesn't score against Norwich, and you watch him go and score against Spurs at White Hart Lane next week in the Carabao Cup. And he'll be an hero. He'll be an hero for that, won't he, Mitch? Just be honest. He goes and scores against them. Everyone will go, look, Antonio's back. He's back.
Oh, they'll be licking his fucking big arse again, like his big fucking arse, his big bunda.
Now, I am going for a 3-2 West Ham win.
I'll tell you who's got big arse. Lacazette. He's got a bunda on him, hasn't he?
No, I'm going for a 3-2 win. Big Craig Dawson, Ben Rama, and I'm going for a Declan Rice winner.
Ooh.
Wait, you reckon 3-1? You say
3-2.
3-2. Oh, I don't think we've got 3 goals in us.
We have, mate. We've got 3 goals against Chelsea and Liverpool.
Yeah, but I thought we got quite lucky at Chelsea.
And someone
3 goals.
Someone predicted a 3-2 score line last time.
No, I'm going for 3-2. I'm going for 3-2. I've got to back it on the bet as well. I've done it on Liverpool, but I didn't do it for Chelsea. I've got to back it as well. I can't have that again. I cried when that happened.
25-1.
And on, let's have a look. Correct score, yeah.
I'm doing correct score doubles at the minute. I've done last week. I've done the ones I listened to the podcast. This thing we done last week, and we done score predictions.
Yeah.
And I said Chelsea to win 3-2 at Leeds. They did, and Liverpool to win 1-0 against Villa, and they did. And I've done Villa and Man United, and you're not Chelsea, and who's the other team? Was it Leicester?
Leeds.
No, because Chelsea played. No, they beat Leeds. No, it was another game, but I'd done the 2 doubles on the wrong side. If I had done Chelsea and the Chelsea game and Liverpool game together, I would have won like £200.
Oh, right, got you.
Because I guess 3-2 and 1-0 for both of them games, but I just done the wrong double.
Yeah.
How'd you get Spurs and you get Ham of the Year? Mitchie. Yeah. I thought you said Mitchell, mate. My eyes are going then. Was it Mitchell?
Yeah. So McCall. Right, gents. That's probably one of the longest previews I've ever done, but I really enjoyed that. Do you know what, Mitch? You've added another bit to the show. I think we're going to have to do a comparison on every preview now.
It's good though, I think it's a good comparison, and I think sometimes you watch the game and you can think about what we just spoke about. You know, we can think about the stats that we looked about. We can look at the player comparisons to who plays better in the game. It's a good topic to talk about. I think sometimes we don't look at individual players enough, and I think it's good that we looked at the individual players quite a lot today, and I quite liked it.
Yeah, no, definitely. James, absolute pleasure. What do you reckon about that, mate? You reckon if you're around doing a comparison? Obviously, you watch a bit of football as well, so It'd be good, wouldn't it, to do like a comparison, combined 11 of every show, really?
Really, yeah. Like, I think it's good because it also sees the talent that other clubs have got. Then when you sort of divulge
Like you sort of mentioned it as well, moving on to Saturday, like Max Aarons. He's a great player.
Yeah,
as well.
he's another player who I would love at West Ham. I really would.
Yeah. So no, I think it'll be a lot more West Ham sided when we compare the Norwich and West Ham side on Saturday. But like you said, it's just about comparing the talent. Well done, everyone. No,
it's good to talk about as well.
It's not just I call them pundits who we have, James and Mitch. It's not just that. It's about you, Mandy, and Alana as well. Obviously, we've got Grant in here. We had Kent here. This channel is nothing without people in the chat, and I just absolutely, it's just great I really am enjoying the show at the minute. It's really, really good. So I'm absolutely buzzing for that. So Mitch, sorry, what you going for, mate? Sorry.
2-0 Arsenal. It's a negative back again.
No, mate, it's fine. You're saying your opinion. Doesn't matter if no one's right, no one's wrong.
Thank you, Andy. Appreciate it.
James, what you going for? A draw, yeah?
I'm going for a 2-2 draw, mate. I do think if it ain't a 2-2, I do believe it'll be a draw.
That rhymes. Mike saying Leeds are taking a right pattern.
Set you're playing like world class. Yeah. Forget Pornhub, mate. Stick this on your TV.
Right. Like to thank everyone in the chat. Really does mean a lot. Like I said, we'll be back on Thursday to do our post match. Hopefully, we'll be a happy Hammers again. Obviously, we picked a point up at Turf Moor, but we need to get that momentum back again. Obviously, going in to Saturday's game, and then Friday we'll probably do the preview, but I might pre-record that actually because I'm actually out and I'm getting my jab Friday afternoon, so my booster, so I'll probably be ruined. So, are you working this week, Mitch? You working Friday?
Yeah, working every day. Yeah.
If you're back early, or if James, we might try and do that early, like mid-afternoon.
I'll finish up. I'll probably tomorrow. I think the whole world we watching Spider-Man. I'm watching Spider-Man tomorrow.
Wow, your work sounds well hard.
No. After work, like West Ham game after work, because I finish early anyway.
Right, we'll play it by ear. But like you said, if you subscribe to us, you'll get the notification when we do it. I tend to put it up a few hours before, so you'll be notified. I'd like to thank Mitch. Absolute pleasure, mate. Thank you for your idea as well of combining the 11. Obviously, your views on the game. Hopefully, we win, and of course, James as well, and everyone in the chat. Mike is going for 2-1 win for the Irons. Come on, yeah.
I'd love to do them.
I'd love it if we beat them. I'd love it if we beat them.
I can't stand them. I'd love them all to cry and bitch and piss and moan Arsenal fans. It'd be brilliant.
No, definitely. Like I said, thanks everyone in the chat. I'm going to go and watch the last, 30 minutes or so, whatever it is, of Norwich, Aston Villa. Let me just give you a score update. I've not looked. Oh, but Villa's winning 1-0. Ramsey, 34th minute. So yeah, I'm going to go and watch that. Like I said, I'm very lucky now. I'm going to the Emirates tomorrow. Oh, James has just gone. Sodja, I've had enough. But no, I'll be there at the Emirates tomorrow. Hopefully a win. Obviously, I'm just going to give it another plug as well. I think it's in the description as well. Obviously, Isla Caton. Let me just check and see how much money it's on at the minute.
That money that's been raised already is really good. It's really nice and heartwarming.
Yeah, no, it is, mate.
It's lovely to see.
Let me just double check before we go. 1 second. 200 quid off 55 grand has been raised. Wow. That's amazing. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be in the crowd. Hopefully we'll be singing Isla Caton's Claret Blue Army. If you want to make a donation, go to Isla's Fight. I should have put that in the description as well. That will be there. Mitch, absolute pleasure, mate. Hope your day goes well tomorrow, and hopefully West Ham come out on top. Thanks to everyone in the chat. And one thing left to say is, come on, you Irons. Take care, everyone.